There is a reason why your hook fails to make people stay beyond the first 15 seconds. In this video, I will reveal the three most common hooks in business and education videos, the relationship this reason has with these hooks, what this reason is, and how to fix it before you script your next video. First things first, everybody knows what a hook is. A hook is literally the time in your video between the 0 second mark to 15 seconds mark, 30 seconds mark to 1 minute mark, depending on the type of video you're making. Basically, a hook is trying to compress all the contents of your video, highlighting and withdrawing. If you think of it in mechanics or in a processing manner, you think of it as highlighting and withdrawing the most important parts of your video to spark curiosity and generate attention and keep retention on your video. With that out of the way, let's move into the types of hooks that are found in business and education videos. There are three types to be exact. We have the first being the paying hook, the second being the desire hook, and the third being the proof hook. Let's start with the paying hook. The paying hook is any hook that highlights the problem a particular audience might be facing, maybe a businessman. Your intent on that video is targeting business persons or people trying to solve a particular problem in their life. So you get their attention by highlighting what that problem specifically is. Take, for example, someone trying to figure out paid ads, a business owner running a business trying to figure out paid ads. Then you start your video by highlighting that problem in your hook, paid ads being their problem. If it was someone talking about reviews, maybe Google reviews or Google Map or anything of the likes, that is the particular problem that audience, that group of people is facing. So you start your video by highlighting that in your hook, and from there you walk back, you put that in your hook, you put out necessary words that is needed. Then at the end of this video, I would write out different types of hooks. I will give you examples of paying hooks, desire hooks, and proof hooks. Next in the line, we have the desire hook. The desire hook, you can think of it as the opposite of the paying hook. It is basically, okay, unlike the paying hook where you are telling people, okay, this is a problem you're facing, you highlight it, you make it the first mention in the video. The desire hook, you make the end goal that the audience wants as the first thing you make mention of in the video or in the hook. The pain hook starts with the pain of the audience, but then that audience that is still facing that particular pain, there's something they want in return. They want to conquer their pain so they can get to a particular place. Instead of starting with the pain, instead you can decide, okay, let me start with what these people actually want beyond the pain they are feeling right now. So it's also an effective type of hook. You can choose to either start with the pain hook or you can go with the desire hook. Both can be used interchangeably for the same video. You cannot use both together, but you can use both to start the same type of video centered around the same idea. Then the third hook is the proof hook. This is most commonly found in case study hooks. When you look at it from an emotional perspective, you can think of it as a type of desire hook, because then you're showing your audience, you're showing the group of people you are making a particular video for, that okay, you've accomplished the specific desire they have in mind for a particular different person or a particular different set of people. In terms of proof hook, the more proof you have, the more people that you've accomplished that particular desire for, the more effective a proof hook is. For example, you claim you can help people scale to $1 million in their business, and you say you've only done it for one person. Yes, you would eventually get someone that will trust you well enough to be the second person they use, but no, most people would be apprehensive. They would not trust you immediately because you've only done it for one person. What's the possibility that you can do it again and the second person wouldn't be a guinea pig? You won't lose the second person's money, or you won't ruin the second person's business, unlike what you claim to do. So a proof hook is putting forward your accomplishments, your goals, your accomplishments for a particular set of people to convince a different group of persons in the same group set. Like the people you are using in your proof hook, they are in a particular niche, and the people you are trying to talk to with your proof hook, they are still in the same niche. So you are showing them, okay, I've done this for a particular person in your niche, I can also do the same thing for you in the same niche. That is a proof hook, and that is how it works. Now, I have told you what these three types of hooks are. Now, what is the relationship these hooks have with the reason why people are not staying beyond the first 15 seconds of your video? But think of it like this: you are a business owner, you want to grab people's attention. You either know their pain, you either know their desire, or you have accomplished their desire. That means the proof hook. So it now comes down to how you let them know that, okay, I have done this for you, or I understand your pain, or I've done this for somebody before. It now comes down to how you let them know. Like I said in the beginning, when you think about a hook mechanically or in terms of processes, it's about removing or highlighting specific points to generate curiosity and keep attention in your video long enough for people to see that, okay, what this guy claims is true. So that is the reason. In technical script terms, we call the reason payoffs. What is a payoff? A payoff is the single point. Although it is not just one, a video can have multiple payoffs. It is advisable a video has multiple payoffs, because you cannot have a whole length, like a 10 minutes video length, and not give people a reason to stay at every minute. You cannot say, okay, you have to watch the whole first 9 minutes video before you get to the one single payoff in the video. No, you need to justify the length of the video to the viewer, meaning you need to have more than one payoff per our video. So a payoff is one single item or single point in your video that justifies all the events that has come before it. Whatever you are doing now in your hook, whatever you have done in your thumbnail, it all leads to a particular payoff. So the payoff must justify everything, the time spent by the viewer getting to the point where they find the payoff. Let me give you a real life example. You promised people you would help them scale with a 7-step process. By the time they watch your video going down to the end, they've gone through the first step, they've gone through the second step, they've gone to the third step. Each step is justifying all the things that comes before it. Let's say in the first step, you teach them a particular, you show them, okay, how to start your personal brand in first step. Then second step, you tell them, okay, you need to gain followers for your personal brand. So the first step is justifying everything that comes before it. That means everything that led up to that first step, which is starting your personal brand, must teach you exactly why you should have a personal brand in the first place. It is justifying up to that point. Then you move on to the second step. You need to gain followers onto your personal brand. So they know from the first step that, okay, yes, I need to I have a personal brand. I've started a personal brand. Then the remaining steps must highlight to them how to grow their personal brand, which leads to the second step. You see, the first step is you need to have a personal brand. The second step is how to grow your personal brand. Each payoff is justifying the other, but the payoff that comes after the payoff that comes before, I don't know if that's confusing. Forgive me if it's confusing, but I can't think of a better term to express this. So the payoff that comes after must justify more for the payoff that has come before. So leading up to the seventh step in the framework, which might be how to monetize your personal brand. So basically, you've taught people why they should have their personal brand. You've shown them how to grow their followers. Maybe the next step will be how to make content. The step after that will be how to generate attention to the content you create. So like that, like that. That is what the payoff is. Now, how do we apply this payoff to the hook to keep attention beyond the first 15 seconds? Like I said in the beginning about the hook being about removing or highlighting specific things in the first 15 seconds to justify the attention that the viewer gives to you. That is exactly what you do in the first 15 seconds. You highlight a payoff, or you highlight some of the payoffs and leave some out for there to be gap in the viewer's mind. The viewer is curious. If this is this, then how does that become that? You want to generate questions in the viewer's mind by framing your payoff that way in the hook. So that's exactly what you need to know about the reason why people are not staying beyond the first 15 seconds in your video and how to fix it before you script your next video.